everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I want to talk about something really personal. I recently had my first week back at work, and if you're a parent who's dreading this moment or has been in this moment, I totally understand. I didn't know how hard it would be, honestly. Going back to work after having a baby, it's not just about logistics. It's truly emotional. It's about attachment and identity, and it's very heavy. The first 2 days were actually pretty nice because I haven't seen my coworkers in 10 months. So it was nice to see them. It's like seeing an old friend again. And usually the first couple of days, things are slower, and I had time to ease in the first couple of days. But then reality hit and things got really busy. The stress was real because I was super busy, and it was very hard for me to make calls because maybe he was scream crying. Whenever the nanny, which I'm very grateful to have, took him out of the room, he would scream cry for me. Understandably, because we've been spending the last 10 months, like basically almost 24/7 together. And this is very hard for him and me to be away from each other. And if you have a job where you have to make calls, it's difficult when there's a lot of noise around. I try to make the calls while he sleeps, but it's also very unpredictable. I am the one who has to put him to sleep because he won't be put to sleep by anyone else except for me and his dad. The adjustment period is very difficult. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard. I thought I would have it a bit easier because we do have an in-house nanny, which, we're spending a lot of money on. I think half my paycheck goes to a nanny, and it's difficult still. And I've definitely had some breakdowns this week with my husband, saying I can't do this on my breaks. I basically take my breaks in two whenever he's sleepy. Sometimes he seems sleepy, but then you just want to play. I have to cut my break short and take you back downstairs because you're not tired yet. It's just very difficult to gauge the schedule after having so much free time to basically none. And ultimately, there's no time for me to read because I'm working or trying to put him to sleep. It's mentally and emotionally exhausting. I did not expect it to this extent. Honestly, I've felt incompetent at work and as a mother now because I feel like I have to split my roles in half. And it's just hard because for these past 10 months, I've identified as a mother. But going back to work, I'm also someone who's working. It's difficult when you can't do your job properly and also can't mother fully. I have to be gentle with myself, as my therapist says, because this is my first week back. I shouldn't be expected to be remembering everything and just learning everything so quickly because, again, I'm pregnant. And even if you're not, it takes time to adjust being back at work. Hopefully less for Ace to adjust to the nanny. The hardest part is hearing him cry in the other room because he thinks I won't come back. I have this thing called object permanence where something disappears from the line of sight. They think it's gone. And so that is very difficult, but also very common. So I feel for the parents out there who are dealing with this and the separation anxiety. And it just makes sense. You've been in a safe space for 10 months and now there's some new person here. So they really have to adjust and learn that this person is also just as safe and is helping mama out too. Okay. And so I have a question for parents out there who have sent their kids to daycare. It's definitely an option we're looking at because one, it's way cheaper. And yeah, it was really about the cost. I want to know, is it easier? Probably not, honestly, to have your child away from you versus hearing them cry in home. But then I would just feel so guilty. So I think it's equally hard, but different. Honestly, I would just be thinking, well, if I send him to daycare, that he's going to be crying for 3 days straight or longer. It takes them a couple weeks to adjust. And he's not going to sleep or eat. I really can't bear thinking about that. And that's why we are using our savings to pay for this nanny. It also gives me ease to see him and control his schedule a bit more. It brings me so much joy to see him smiling, not crying for sure. And I'm sure every care setup away from you is just as hard. In daycare, the ratio of caregivers to kids is a lot higher. So it would break my heart if Ace was ignored because no one wants their child to be ignored. I'm not saying people who send their kids to daycare are purposely doing that. Obviously, it really comes down to cost. Very understandable. And yeah, they're looking at daycare options in the future. The wait list is crazy. Literally the daycare that just opened near me, their wait list opens in 2028. So that means people have been waiting years prior. And that's wild. It just opened. And this is where the affordable government childcare fund, basically $22 a day, is going to drop to $10, which is amazing. But we need more daycares, more employees in these daycares so that parents can actually send their kids to these affordable daycares. Science shows that a responsive caregiver is really important. It's about quality of the care. So you could send your child to daycare and they could get really good quality care. And you could send them to daycare, maybe the adult. Same thing with a nanny. If you don't find the right one, it's the same. Separation anxiety during this time is totally normal. It doesn't mean you're failing, even though it feels like it. Like your presence, empathy, and connection is really what matters most. It's about the quality time that you spend with your child versus the amount of time. If you're spending like all day with your child, mostly on your screen, then that's not really quality time. But if you're spending maybe a couple hours and you're really connecting with them, giving them your full attention, that's quality time. There's no perfect solution. Every parent out there feels torn. But truly, your presence and empathy is what matters and is what your child needs. And it's very common to feel guilty, overwhelmed, or just isolated during this transition because if there's not other people going through this or have been through this, like other parents who are your coworkers, your friends, and you really don't have anyone else to talk to, and that can feel lonely and isolating. Going back to work does not mean you love your child any less. It means that you're wanting to provide a future for them. And science shows that babies can form a secure bond with multiple caregivers while still having that primary first. Struggling doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human and learning alongside your child. Okay, I think what really helps during this crazy time period or transition back at work is really a mindset shift. Some ways I've been coping is asking for help. In Asian cultures, you don't want to ask for help because that's basically a sign of weakness. So it's taking me a long time to learn to ask for help. Now I desperately need it because I'm almost in my third trimester and I'm constantly tired. And I was left to take care of Ace and cook. My sister-in-law has been helping us. We have a nanny, and the nanny also helps clean, which is huge help. And of course, John also helps clean and takes care of Ace too, like putting him to sleep. He's been putting him to sleep more often, especially during his 2 to 10 shifts, because yeah, it just helps me. Sometimes my 1 hour break goes till the afternoon trying to put him to sleep like twice. And yeah, being flexible with yourself and giving yourself grace is so important during this time because you're just trying to balance so much. You're juggling work, being a caregiver, taking care of yourself, all while having very little time defining my sense of balance versus comparing myself to other people. I don't know how everyone's doing that much meal prep, going to work and taking care of the kids. Yesterday, I was making apple blueberry pancakes in the morning and then I made spaghetti. I was so tired. It's definitely the pregnancy because I slept for 4 hours. And I was supposed to make potatoes for this my sister-in-law birthday party, and I had no energy. So for 4 hours, and basically was time to go to the party. And so we just went to Metro and just bought like roasted potatoes and like ham because it was a roast theme party, which was really fun. And then this morning, I made pork chops, veggies, and potatoes. She was shaking afterwards, mostly because I was frying pork chops. So I have to learn how to either use the oven or make stew so that I don't have to stand there for long periods of time because I just want to pass out. Because of that experience, I'm out for help. And John's family, his mom said she can help cook us a meal like either next week or week after. And even his sister could come by on Mondays to help me cook. So I'm very grateful. And honestly, I really need the extra help and the extra hands. So I'm very grateful for that. Balance is not about perfection, which if you're a perfectionist, you would have a hard time with that. And I would know. But it's honestly about showing up and being gentle with yourself. And really acknowledging your feelings, which is a lot. Okay, so I want to hear from you. Have you had a similar experience going to work, whether as a parent in general or a caregiver? Like, how did you cope? Did you have other family members who your child was already used to, or did you have to introduce them to daycare or a nanny or just a new caregiver in general? Love for you to share your stories with me so I know I'm not alone in this. And I just want to hear your experience because it would be nice to not feel so I'm the only person going through this, which I know I'm not. So yeah, you can message me at the Thoughtful Advocate on Instagram or email me thoughtfuladvocate@gmail.com. Make a comment, whatever you feel comfortable. Thank you for spending the time with me. And remember, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel torn. Every season shifts and your strength grows in the process. You're not alone. You're doing way better than you think. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel and my podcast, The Thoughtful Advocate. Message me because I want to hear your story. Okay, so today's sponsor is Kind Laundry. Just kidding, they're not really a sponsor, but I do have an affiliate code. Kind Laundry use natural ingredients and it actually comes in these sheets. So much more useful than liquid laundry detergent because that stuff gets messy. With Kind Laundry, you can bring this anywhere. It's literally in a box, pack in your suitcase, and it's that easy. You can get 10% off by using code ZeroWasteCute.